Good morning, and today we are in full-blown sunflower prep. We are getting things ready to move. We're going to hopefully move down to the field today. We blew off our combine already. Dad's combine is going to get blown off. Andrew's bringing the water trailer out to the north piece here so that we can pressure wash everything. We don't want to have any fire issues, and I'm sure we'll still have smoldering and fires, but if we eliminate dust, oil, anything we can do to help would be good. First thing I'm going to do is figure out getting this header on the trailer. It doesn't fit very well because it's a funny header the way it's set up, and it hits the wheels on the trailer. We did a lot of work to this header. Hopefully it performs well. It's had some issues that have always haunted us though, and we've only run it for one season, so we'll see what happens. First thing I did this year was the sunflowers always bend these nose cones like terribly, like really far in, and then it gives it such an aggressive swoop that it's like knocking them over. So I straightened them out a bit. What? Buddy's just sitting there revving a piss out of T800. Nice. Straightened them out, welded this angle on. That should help. We leveled all our nose cones because they weren't leveled with the ends, which would build up on the end rows, which was a problem. Then the next issue we always have is you can see there's a weld there and there's a weld there. That auger would break on the dot every 80 acres. It would just snap in half. I welded it, it broke again. I added a bunch of gussets and strengthened it, and then it performed well for the rest of my dad's acres, like 300 that he did. So I'm hoping that is fixed and dialed in. It's got these plastic things to help clean the rows. Those didn't work. They would break. As you can see, the little tits are broken off. Like that's how they're supposed to be, and these ones are all broken. So I just built my own teeth and bolted them on. There's 3 kind of sections to the reel. So I went 1, 2, and 3, kind of rotated them around, and it works good. And then it's got hydraulic up and down for the reel, which this was on a Case flagship and it worked fine for them, but we had to add this valve body. So I took this off of that F540 as well as our multi-link hookup and got that all rigged up, as well as I did the conversion to make it fit this combine. So we've done a lot of work. Hopefully it performs well. Very interesting, since you guys pointed out that that other one was a Schumacher. This is also, it's got the exact same bushing and reel drive or knife drive. And I'm looking at it, and this wobble box looks awfully similar to that one over there on that header. The header actually went on there really nicely. I'm not sure what the issues we were having previously were, but this time fit perfect. So that's awesome. Andrew's blowing off that combine. We'll get it pressure washed. We're starting with our 100-acre field. That's really an outlier, so we're probably just gonna bring my combine and my header down to do that. So that's gonna be the priority today, to make sure we get there today with the equipment, and that stuff that's gonna be there is ready to run. Here's a better look at the issues. It cracked completely in half right there, and it cracked completely in half right there. And so then I added these bars across in 4 spots all the way around. And I put these on to help feed. So I don't know, seems to be working all right. So it's been a little while since I've done sunflowers. I need to change some of the functions and settings on the combine. We got to put the chopper in slow speed, I think. We got to put the cylinder in slow speed because it's got a 2-speed gearbox on the cylinder. And I need to lift my front drum up like it would be putting it in corn settings, because then it can feed in so much more sunflowers. And then we'll start doing our 100-hour greasing, get it all greased up, fueled up, and ready to rock. So down here we have a bolt, 1 on either side. You loosen it, pivot the thing, and it lifts the front drum up a couple inches. so that you have more clearance underneath there to feed in the larger crop. Really pretty simple to put this chopper in slow speed, so I did that already. And then we just pull these bolts here out there and put them through on this bolt here, bolting the gearbox to the frame. And then it's in low speed. When it's in high speed, it's just direct drive through the gearbox, and the gearbox doesn't do anything. When you put it in low speed, it's got sun gears and it does a gear reduction. So it's switched over to low speed. The gearbox is bolted to the sidewall, and now it is a gear reduction in there. Now we're gonna start greasing, doing our 100-hour fittings, because we've switched it all over now to sunflower settings. I think I'll have to pivot the feeder house up more, because we want to have a good angle on the header, but we'll do that when we get to the field. We got the 10, 50, and 100-hour fittings all greased, so we're done greasing now. It's all been kind of switched over. Last thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull the prep pans out underneath, clean them so they do a better job, because over the year, like over harvest, they'll build up with stuff and won't shake and separate as well. So we'll pull those out the front, and then that one should be done being pressure washed. We can wash this one. I can start working on that one. We're making really good progress. I am impressed. I'm disappointed I'm not working on the pump setup, but we got to get it done, and Andrew's pulling in clutch for that. So he's going to get the pump, everything rigged up onto that tote.
It'll be done. It won't be pretty.
Yeah, we're just settling for getting it done. Nah, he's going to do a good job. Now I just need to get an impact, and I can open up the prep pans. Oh, I'll need to grab a strap too. So on these combines, you just open up the rock trap and open up this bottom thing, and then you can pull out your prep pans, which is like, it would be the augers that feed the sieve on a John Deere. We have these instead. And well, they've gotten pretty dirty from all the wet beans we did. So we'll clean them off so they do a better job. We're just cleaning them up now and putting them back in. We got little buddy at work trying to get everything out of there. Good job, dude. Now we're blowing out this filter, and it got bad from beans. We got her hooked up, so you got that long spray, or you can go full volume. And yeah, I mean, that's definitely the best water setup we've had. It's good. Getting fueled up. I think this combine's ready to go. We're just gonna quickly give it a pressure wash here, and then we'll head out in the next hour or two, I think. Now we're quickly getting the grain cart ready, added oil, fueled up. We're gonna blow out the air filter, and we're gonna clean the rads. Just getting everything ready, and then we gotta head out here in the next hour, otherwise we're gonna be pushing it for time. And we are going hard today on tillage. We got 2 deep tillers running and a disc. We're doing like 80 to 90 acres an hour, which is pretty sweet. We're making good progress. It's good. Make hay when the sun shines, right? We are now gonna deal with these weights that are sliding off and breaking. We don't wanna have an issue, don't want it to break off. That would be a pain and a bad day. So we're gonna take them all off, deal with that later. It's crazy though, that's 3,200 pounds. That is a car hanging off the front of this tractor. Wowee. All right, combine's done pressure washing. It was functional more than it was to get it clean and look nice, because it still looks dirty, but we got to get on the road here. So I'm gonna quickly put the shields on. We're gonna clean this stuff up, and we're gonna head down the road to get to our field. We are ready to rock. We're not sure whether we're going to my place, which is kind of halfway to the field, or all the way to the field. Andrew's gonna meet us there, take a look at the field, and then we'll decide. And for now, we're just going with this combine and header and the grain cart, because Dad's header is not ready. This field is definitely an outlier, and it's 100 acres, so it's just not worth bringing a second combine. So we're supposed to get like 2 inches of rain this weekend. I'm sure I'll have time to go over his machine, get the header ready for when we're really gonna hit the majority of the sunflowers. That's the plan, at least. See how it happens. All right, we have made the nearly 2-hour commute to our farthest field. We're gonna be pulling in here shortly, and we will just hook up. We'll do like a little bit of combining, like not much at all, but enough to get us a good spot to park equipment overnight, and we'll also be able to get a moisture on the sunflowers. Just like that, we're in Hazelridge. We're in Hazelridge, and we're at the sunflower field.
And we're just gonna get set up and give her a go. Yeah, we're just having fun, man. Oh, no point in not having a bunch of fun, right? Especially when we're farming. A little more. But he's had better days. There we go. There we go. Come forward a bit. There we go. The Helianthus 9400. It's from Europe, I believe.
All right, we got our header on. We're going through our Ford crossing, one of two in this field, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm sure it'll be interesting. And the edges of the corner, or edges of the field, because it was sprayed with a plane, they're not that dead. Put a reel all the way down. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just a chewing. It's amazing. The seeds are probably dry, but the rest of it is not. So we'll see what happens. And it's very interesting because sunflowers are like the most beautiful crop in season. And then once you come to harvest them, they just look awful. And it looks like a horror show after. Pretty much the number one issue with sunflowers is plugging your returns, which I have promptly done because my sieves weren't adjusting properly, and I figured out we're just going for a little ways. Well, it didn't work, so I don't know. We got to deal with this, and it ain't working so hot. Come on. All right, well, the returns is tomorrow's problem. We got a sample. What a nightmare walking through this stuff. Anyways, let's get out of here.